So, how do you stay productive when you're trying to build up a catalog long enough to create full-time income through TV, film, music licensing? This is a battle that I have had to fight and fight and fight over and over again because I can't tell you how many times I've felt defeated, unmotivated, and just not inspired to make music throughout my career, almost 10 years doing this. So it happens, and it happens all the time, actually. And it still happens to this day. So it's not a battle that you'll ever win. It's not a war, rather, that you'll, finally, you never have to deal with facing, that sort of whatever that is inside of you when you're creating music and you're not feeling it, right? And you want to just hang up your headphones and go do something else. It happens all the time. And it's just human nature that when you do something over and over and over again, at some point you're going to hit a wall, a creative wall. Everybody in a creative endeavor, writers, producers, directors, everybody hits these walls where you just sort of run out of that creative fuel and you need to go restock up. So what I say, as far as making sure that you maintain your productivity and your motivation in this business, is always set goals for yourself, right? Short-term and long-term goals. Most people in the world today, they just go to bed and they make no plan for the following day. They wake up the next day and it's just constantly putting out fires, right? What needs to get done? Okay, this came through my, my workload, so I have to take care of that. And now this came, so I got to take care of that. So most of the time, people on a day-to-day basis in every business and every industry, they're just putting out fires. When things come to them, they got to take care of it. But there's never any sort of like battle plan or game plan for when I wake up at 8 o'clock, I need to have this and this and this taken care of. By the time noon comes around, I want to be looking at this and this and this. So what I recommend is every night before you go to bed, make a small list and write it down. Either type it into your computer or write it down physically on a piece of paper. And not very detailed goals. You don't need to have every 15 minutes of your day, but maybe 3 bullet points, right? In the morning, which would be like, 8 to noon. What do you want to have accomplished in those 3 or 4 hours that you're awake? Then you want to do like an afternoon goal. So, noon to 4, noon to 5, what are we going to do? And then for the evening, what am I going to have accomplished? Now, if you have one thing that you need to get done and you think it's going to take you all day, then that one thing should be your morning goal, your afternoon, or your evening. Or you could split that one big project up into 3 smaller goals, so you know that as long as you get through the first third of it by noon, you're on track for the rest of the day. And of course, those little fires will come, right? Every day there's going to be, you're going to get a phone call, you're going to get an email, something's going to have to require your attention for 10, 15 minutes at a time. Whatever, you got to deal with that. That's just life. But at least you have a plan to make sure that when you start your day, you know when you can sort of go to bed and feel accomplished, that you got what you set out to accomplish. And I guarantee you this for sure. You will have a sense of progress that you've never had before doing the things you're probably doing them now, which is sort of waking up and just going on with your day without a plan. When you have a plan, you write it down and you can, basically scratch them off and say, I did this, I did this, I did that, and you accomplish all of your day's goals. You're going to have this great sense of accomplishment and pride at the end of your day. And then you rinse and repeat, right? You make your goals for the following day, and you'll see how much more progress you get done when you sort of start to plan ahead for your days before you start them. So that's how I approach making sure I stay productive and deal with losing motivation and losing sort of sight or what I'm trying to do. As long as I have goals, I know that I should be either meeting them, or if I need to take like maybe an hour or two or maybe even a day away from things just to kind of regroup and get my motivation back, then I at least have a plan when I'm coming back, what I'm going to be accomplishing the minute that I step back into my studio. If you want to learn more about the TV, film, music licensing business, then click this video right here and you'll be sent a free crash course which will teach you everything you need to know to get started today.